Part 2 of The Rat. In the desultory evening talk in the bar, he asked why the white stone was there on the common. A old fashioned thing, that is, said the landlord. Mr. Bates, we was none of us alive when that was put there. That's right, said another. It stands pretty high, said Mr. Thompson. I dare say a sea mark was on it some time back. Ah, yes, Mr. Bates agreed. I have heard they could see it from the boats. But whatever there was, it's failed to Bates this long time. Good job too, said a third. "'Twa'n't a lucky mark, by what the old men used to say. Not lucky for the fishing, I meant to say. Why ever not? Said Thompson. Well, I never see it myself, was the answer. But they had some funny ideas. What I mean peculiar, them old chaps. And I shouldn't wonder but what they made away with it themselves. It was impossible to get anything clearer than this. The company, never very voluble, fell silent, and when next someone spoke, it was of village affairs and crops. Mr. Bates was the speaker. Not every day did Thompson consult his health by taking a county walk. One very fine afternoon found him busily writing at 3 o'clock. Then he stretched himself and rose and walked out of his room into the passage. Facing him was another room, then the stairhead, then two more rooms, one looking out to the back and the other to the south. At the south end of the passage was a window, to which he went, considering himself that it was rather a shame to waste such a fine afternoon. However, work was paramount just at that moment. He thought he would just take 5 minutes off and go back to it. And those 5 minutes he would employ the Bateses could not possibly object to looking at the other rooms in the passage, which he had never been. Nobody at all, it seemed, was indoors. Probably as it was market day, they were all gone to the town, except perhaps the maid in the bar. Very still the house was, and the sun shone really hot. Early flies buzzed in the window panes, so he explored. The rooms facing his was undistinguished, except for an old print of Bury St. Edmunds. The two next him on his side of the passage were gay and clean, with one window apiece, whereas his had two, remained the southwest room, opposite to the last which he had entered. This was locked, but Thompson was in a mood of quite indefensible curiosity, and feeling confident that there could be no damaging secrets in a place so easily got at. He proceeded to fetch the key of his own room, and when that did not answer, to collect the keys of the other three. One of them fitted, and he opened the door. The room had two windows looking south and west, so it was as bright as the sun, as hot upon it as it could be. Here there was no carpet, but bare boards, no pictures, no washing stand, only a bed. In the farther corner, an iron bed with a mattress and bolster, covered with a bluish check on counterpane. As featureless a room as you can well imagine, and yet there was something that made Thompson close the door again very quickly and yet quietly behind him, and lean against the window sill in the passage, actually quivering all over. It was this that under the counterpane someone lay, and not only lay, but stared. That it was someone and not something was certain, because the shape of a head was unmistakable on the bolster, and yet it was all covered. And no one lies with the covered head but a dead person. And this was not dead, not truly dead, because it heaved and shivered. If he had seen these things in a dusk or by the light of a flickering candle, Thompson could have comforted himself and talked of fancy. On this bright day, that was impossible.